Hi, chemistry. This video recording is to give you an introduction to the website ptable.com, short for periodictable.com, the different tools that it has and how you're going to use this in the project that you will be working on. Okay, so when you go to ptable.com, you'll see your periodic table. You can highlight elements. You can highlight specific groups, and it'll highlight only those groups. Kind of cool, right? When you click on an element, you will wonder, what the heck, where's all the information on this? You have to go to properties. When you go to properties and you click on an element, it will show you the element tile with the atomic number, symbol, a link to the Wikipedia page for it, and an average atomic mass. You scroll down here to the side and it's going to show different properties such as electronegativity, melting point, boiling point, right? These are temperatures at which this element does that thing. It goes down to other things like density and conductivity. You can, if you don't want to have this on the side, you can click it on the top by using this button right here. We'll adjust it. Maybe you don't like light mode and you want to use dark mode. You can also do that. There's also an option to see the wide version of the periodic table. And what that does is it shows the transition metals with the lanthanoids and actinoids present. So kind of cool. I'm going to go back to regular though. Oops. So you're going to play around with this. As you click an element, it'll show you different things. Now you can also, right now this periodic table is showing temperature. So it shows the state at which the element is in, right, whether solid, liquid, or gas. And you can change the temperature. It changes it in Celsius, Fahrenheit. So you can use the scale, which is kind of nice. And you can also just manually change the temperature. Let's say that you were wondering electronegativity. You wanted to look at that. Now this shows the trend for electronegativity, right? We've talked about this before where you know that fluorine is the most electronegative. You can click and it'll show the general trend of all of these. Maybe you're curious about radius, okay? Maximum is the darkest color, minimum is the lightest color, right? It'll show that as well, right? Boiling point, maximum high boiling points, right? Low boiling points. So pretty cool stuff. There's a lot of different tools in this. You go to electrons and it will show electron configurations for all elements. So you click on one and it will write out the electron configuration right here. It'll show the entire electron configuration for you. It'll also show the energy levels, how many electrons exist at each energy level, starting from the closest to the nucleus to the farthest away. Isotopes is a handy way to see all of the known isotopes for a given element. Remember, isotopes are atoms of the same element that have different masses. So if I click on sodium, it's going to have this whole list, all of these, right? If I can expand them out so I can see those, I can even click on one, unclick it. If you're wondering, holy cow, which one of these actually matter, go down here, click on abundance, and it will highlight the most abundant, which it looks like just regular old sodium is the most abundant. You can try that with all the other different elements as well. You click on that and you're like, wait a minute, my cards are going all the other direction. Just click and drag and you'll be able to see the other isotopes. Compounds. Let's say you're wondering which compounds can be made with a given atom of a given element. So you're like, chlorine, let's see what chlorine does. If I drag an element into this space, it will start a list of all known compounds that have that element. Let's say I'm going to go ahead and add another. So it's going to show compounds that have both of those elements, right? The more elements you add, kind of the crazier it gets. Now, what I did just there is you'll notice that some compounds can't form with, well, certain atoms can't form compounds with other atoms. For example, I just put phosphorus in here. The ones that are highlighted in white, if I try to drag that in here, it won't work because those two atoms don't like to form bonds, don't like to do compounds. So you can play around with this a little bit. The more you add, the crazier your list is going to get. Right? We've got some crazy formulas over here. So this is ptable.com. Bread and butter for any chemist out there, right? This is definitely bookmarked on their internet browsers. So get familiar with this, play around with it, maybe learn a little bit about a few elements before you get started on your project and have fun.